shared with you, I needed a better understanding for the purpose of my life. And what I knew deep within me is that I needed to smile. So it was on my search for that something better, I did decide smiling feels good, so it must have something to do with my purpose. For me, I knew I was guaranteed that I would smile every single time I was in the presence of a hawk or an eagle. So I set out each day with the intention to capture a photograph of one of these birds. I had absolutely no other intention but to smile. But what I discovered has been an amazing gift. The second part of this book, I share with you what I believe these gifts are, and I give you 30 days out of my personal journey. Today, I'm going to read 2 of those days to you. I'm starting with day 20. You are your own healer. The first bird came to me in my dreams. I could clearly see the silhouette of a large bird sitting on a tree, the back of its head towards me. I couldn't see anything else, but this very large tree and the bird sitting on the highest branch. The presence of the tree and the hawk and this bird seemed to hold an intense power and strength. In my dreamlike state, I'm wondering what kind of bird it is. And then I hear, who, and the words, medicine man, over and over again. I bolt out of bed, instantly feeling as if the sound of this bird is actually real, and it's coming from outside my bedroom window. The clock shows 1:20 a.m., and I look out my window to see the exact same image that I just had in my mind's eye as I was sleeping. I think it is an owl perched on top of a tree. I guess I'm hallucinating from a very powerful dream because the image seems to vanish, and I turn to go back to bed. Just as I'm about to close the window, I see the owl flap its wings and call, who. Then, in almost a surreal way, the owl leaves its perch, circles the tree, and flies over my house in perfect alignment to where I peer outside my bedroom window. I turn my lights off. With a sound mind, knowing I will reflect back on this moment and have more of an understanding of what it was I am to know. Later that day, on my way home from dropping the girls off, I received my photo and realized that as we are all thinkers, we all have it in us to be our own medicine man. I believe the owl may very well be my totem, my symbol, and its presence helps me produce freedom. Just maybe the owl guides me to know and experience my life from this place of truth. Day 21, living the natural order. I woke up feeling so darn good to be alive. I am so amazed at where I am today mentally compared to where I was a mere 2 years ago. There was a time in my life where getting out of bed was such a depressing thought. I would wake wondering if I would survive another day, and I would question why I would even want to. The truth is, it's almost impossible to describe how horrible I felt inside, and how hard it truly was to get through a day. My thoughts were so thick and cloudy that there was no space for light to shine through. But what I know now is these thoughts controlled all my experiences. The most beautiful thing is, I can change how I think, and then I get a new experience. Today, how I feel and think is the difference between my heaven and my hell. One is crazy negative, and the other is crazy positive. I love being on this crazy end of positive. As I drive my children to gymnastics, I stop to take a picture of a hawk on the lamppost. It totally seemed to me that it was waiting patiently for me to arrive. I stop and I get out, get one photo before it flies up the street. I assume this is the end of our time together until it lands on the power pole that is beside the stop sign that I'm approaching. I decide to take this photo as well. Before I know it, the hawk takes flight, takes a right flying in the direction I need to turn, and once again lands on the very next power pole. I'm now following the hawk, snapping photos as it stops and waits for me to catch up. I knew that I was already late for the gymnastics class, so I must drive on, but I do wonder how long this hawk would have done this with me. As I sat and watched my girls participate in class, I had the opportunity to connect the dots. I remembered a song I heard in the morning that really struck me. The lyrics went, "One step at a time." I realized my steadfast dedication to a bigger knowing has and is always unfolding one step at a time. This is the beauty of life, and my feathered friend has come to cheer for me in a loving way that I will understand. This, my friends, is the positive end of crazy that I am feeling.